EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, Cleveland, Ohio, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed, and that means we are set for football at Huntington Bank Field. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cleveland Browns. On the visitor sideline, Washington head coach Dan Quinn. His guys fell short last week after a victory in the opener. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you once again. We are underway from Huntington Bank Field. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll run. This is Bashal Tutin. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 17 carries, 66 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Let's go now.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. We look at this Browns defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. To throw is Daniels. Throw inside, completion to Rice. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. Play action. Now it's Daniels. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. To the air goes Daniels. That one caught by Rice. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
That's complete. It's Admon Mitchell. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On the ground, this is Quinshawn Jenkins. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Browns hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Pat the 60, pat the 60. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Second down and inches. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target, but now it'll be third down. You talk about this Washington defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Back to throw again. He gets this into the hands of Jenkins. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a game. of 26 and also a first down.
Here we go. 19, Tiger, 9, alert. Ready?
An inside run with Jenkins. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll give it to Jenkins. And coughed it up. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Back to throw here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They run the option here on 1st and 10. A good pickup there at 22. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? When you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
And they'll run on the side handoff. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Slot man moves right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They'll start on the and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Come on. 18 Cardinals.
2nd and 11. It's caught. Mitchell. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Daniels. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now Daniels. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Cougar 19. Check. Hey, man. Let's go.
Give up the middle, Judkins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Quinshawn Judkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Now Daniel's going to keep it. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Browns to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 1st down is Jenkins. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here. 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Here we go, here we go. Pass the 60, pass the 60. Cowboy 80. 18, Pioneer. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Checks it down to Jenkins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Cougar 19.
2nd and 3. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll run on 1st down. Madison. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
2nd and 6. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It'll be a gain of 6. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Judkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He finds his man, complete. It's Flores. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
A give. Here's Jenkins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Hurt.
Looking to throw. Open man, the tight end Fannin. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, He's got second and third down to fall back on.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Up the middle they go. Sampson. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Finn, and they'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the handoff, this is Judkins. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive.
Viking 18. Dragon 60. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Panther 11. Panther 11.
They're going to look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle. A 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Daniels. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Daniels. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Here's Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On fourth down, here's Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On the ground, this is Judkins. He'll take it inside the 25.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass caught by Phantom. And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back to throw again. And that's going to be caught for Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. To the air goes Daniels. Open man is Naylor. He's got it. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Daniels looking to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Daniels. That one is slants in McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
60 Cardinals. 7 Pirates. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down. Operating from the gun. Daniels. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 2 yards to go on third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Daniels going to throw for it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Intercepted. Result of the play is a turnover.
Ready? Count. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals. Mustang 19. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
There's a short one caught by Fannin.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's to the running back, Dylan Sampson.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's another.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.